welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be super useful if you are a mom to a toddler like I am. Here she is now. Hi, you wanna read this book? My daughter is just over 18 months and she has taught me a lot about what it's like to be a mom of a toddler, and it's honestly a whole other journey than taking care of a newborn and taking care of a baby. It's a whole other adventure and a whole other ball game, that's for sure. I have definitely had to do some digging of my own to look into ways to make life a little bit easier with raising a toddler, and look into ways to make her life easier too, because toddlers are going through so much. Like, they are at this age where they're wanting to be independent and they're wanting to be free and they're wanting to make their own choices, and they're no longer okay with just doing whatever mom says. They are now discovering their own interests, and they are discovering that they have a say and they want to be heard, and they will do whatever it takes to be heard. And the tricky situation is that they don't yet have the communication skills to effectively tell you exactly what they want. So I have made a list for you of my top 10 toddler hacks and tips that have made life in our house run a whole lot more smoothly. Number 1, that is to communicate with them. Tell them what the plan is for the day, what you will be doing, where will you be going, who will you be seeing. They love to know what's going on. You would be so surprised how good their comprehension skills are. Their comprehension and understanding comes long before their speech development, and they are so smart. An example of good communication you can have with your child is always giving them like a heads up of what's happening. If you're at the playground and you're getting ready to go, rather than just like putting them in the stroller and taking them home, give them a heads up. Be like, you know what, we're gonna play for a few more minutes, but it's almost home time. And my daughter definitely understands that, because when I say it's almost home time, she'll either walk to her stroller or she'll get sad because she doesn't want to leave the playground. So she definitely knows what I'm saying. Another example of good communication is when you're getting them ready for bed. A lot of toddlers have a hard time with bedtime. They don't want to be put down. So giving them a heads up that bedtime is approaching will really make bedtime be a whole lot easier. Tip number 2, that is to take your child outside at least once a day. It doesn't matter where you are going or how long you're outside, take them out at least once a day. Make this goal of taking them outside really realistic so that you can do it every day. So I always tell myself, as long as I can get out once a day, it's a very realistic goal, and it's something that I can always stick to no matter how busy my day is. Fresh air is good for the soul, and your child will really benefit from going outside once a day. They need a change in scenery. They are gonna get really bored really fast if they are seeing the same 4 walls every single day. They also need the exercise. Toddlers' little legs, they like to move, they like to run, and putting them outside in an open field and just giving them the freedom to just roam wherever they would like is so healthy for them. Taking them to the playground is also such good exercise. They get to use all of their different muscle groups to pull themselves up onto equipment and walk up the stairs and go down the slide, and it's just great to get that energy out that they need to release. This will help prevent tantrums from boredom. This will also help them feel tired when it's nap time or before bed. I always try to get her out before nap or before bed, and I feel like that's why when we come back inside, she's just like ready to go down. Tip number 3, this is a good one. Have designated playtime clothes versus their good clothes. Playtime clothes should be cheap, maybe even thrifted, maybe hand-me-downs. Don't be scared to get these clothes dirty and stained. Use them when you are going outside or when they're doing a craft, and when they go to daycare. I used to run a daycare, and trust me, by the end of the day, those kids' clothes are nasty. With all of like the crafting Miss. Excuse me, miss. With all of the crafting and the snacking and the playing and the being outside, their clothes get so nasty. So don't send your kid to daycare or day home in their Sunday best. Buy some play clothes, really cheap clothes, and let those be the clothes that you constantly reuse and just use until you can't use them no more. Tip number 4, that is to start with stairs early. There is a quote or like a saying I heard on YouTube one day, and it was let them do dangerous things safely. And that is really what we try to live by with Alethea. Ever since Alethea was around 1 year old, we started teaching her and showing her how to go up and down the stairs, and she caught on to it really, really fast. We were able to take our baby gates off of our stairs around 15 to 16 months, and now she goes up and down freely. Having Alethea being so comfortable on the stairs really puts my mind at ease, because if we're out of the house and we're at someone's house that doesn't have baby gates, I don't have to worry about her falling down. It's also really convenient that she can just like wander around the house and go wherever she pleases. Hi. And it's also really convenient that when we're changing levels, I don't have to lug her up and down. She can do it all by herself. Yes, you can. All by yourself. Oh, she's good. I love you. Number 5 is to give them freedom of choice to promote their independence. Toddlers love to make their own decisions, they love to have a say, and they love to be heard. And like I said, they'll do whatever it takes to be heard. So some of the decisions that Alethea is capable of making are things like picking out her clothes for the day. I can give her 2 or 3 choices and show her and be like, which one do you want to wear today? And there are times where she will go and find a shirt or pants that she like insists on. And if I don't put those on her, she's mad. When I am preparing a craft for Alethea, I can offer her crayons or paint. I can offer her pink paper or blue paper. Just like very simple things that make her feel like she has a say. We're still doing a craft, but you can choose what kind of craft we're doing. Or we still have to get dressed, but you can choose what shirt you want to wear. Another way Alethea can make decisions is the kind of food she eats. If you serve your child just one type of food, like you're serving her fruit and you're only giving her strawberries, it doesn't give them much choice. Whereas if you are serving fruit and you give grapes, cantaloupe, and blueberries, they have more of a say and they are able to taste each item and see what they like best. Tip number 6 is teaching by modeling behavior. Toddlers are little copycats. They love to copy you and mimic you and do everything in your footsteps. If you're wanting your toddler to brush their teeth, brush your teeth with them and they will just naturally copy your motion. If you're wanting them to learn how to eat with utensils, eat with utensils in front of them and they will learn. Now, this means that they will also copy your bad behaviors. So try to be very self-aware, especially during like this toddler time in their life, because you don't want them copying your bad behaviors. So like me and my spouse, we were driving in the car the other day and he was having some road rage and he sweared a little bit, and I was like, you know, I think it's probably time that we have to like watch our mouth, because she's learning how to talk and she's gonna learn aggression and she's gonna learn swear words, and we obviously don't want that. Another example of some bad behavior we try to avoid is when it comes to what we are eating ourselves. So Alethea loves bread, and bread in moderation is fine, but we obviously don't want her only eating bread. So for breakfast, me and Andy have chose to not eat bread in front of her, because then she sees us eating the bread and she just wants bread and more bread and more bread. So we try to only eat eggs until her eggs are done, and then if she eats her eggs, everyone can have a slice of bread. Tip number 7, that is to expose them to food over and over and over again. Something that your child may hate, they may learn to love. Their palate and their taste buds are constantly changing. Alethea used to hate oatmeal, would not touch it, and now oatmeal is her favorite thing, which I'm so thankful for. Oatmeal is so healthy for them and so good for them and so filling first thing in the morning. So now she loves to eat a big bowl of oatmeal, but before she would not touch that stuff. Sometimes kids are scared of a certain texture or a certain smell, and the more they're exposed to a certain vegetable, like broccoli, they'll get used to the smell, they'll get used to the texture, they'll get used to the taste, and every single time they're exposed to it, they'll get a little more comfortable. And then maybe one day, they'll love broccoli, who knows? Tip number 8, that is to create. I believe that instead of baby-proofing all of your cupboards and being like, no, these are no access zones, these are dangerous, you're not allowed in them, instead make that zone a yes zone. Take the dangerous thing out, replace it with something that's safe, and now it's a yes zone. If you normally keep your chemicals and detergents under the sink, maybe move them from under the sink and put them above the fridge and put Tupperware under the sink. And now that space under the sink is a yes zone and not a no zone. This allows your kid to be kind of free around the house, access and play in all the drawers. Children love to like explore and just find things to get into, and if they can just go inside the kitchen while you're cooking and play with the pots and pans and play with the water bottles and play with the Tupperware, well, it will be easier for you to cook. It will make your life a lot easier if they can just like self-entertain. Tip number 9, this is to find more positive words to use rather than the word no. Try to avoid no. Alethea is at the stage of everything is no, 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 no. Does mommy love you? No. Do you want to go outside? No. Do you want to read a book?
No.
No. Everything is no, no, no. And she doesn't even really understand what she's saying because she wants to read the book, she wants to go outside, she does love mom, but yet it's still no. So I find that if you as a parent try to find an alternative, more positive word than the word no, then hopefully the goal is that she will then choose different words rather than no all the time. Hearing no all the time can kind of be like exhausting and annoying. So if you can teach her by example words other than no, it may be beneficial. Tip number 10, my last helpful and useful tip for toddlers is to do your chores with them. Toddlers love to copy you, like I said, and they love to be a part of what you're doing. So today, for example, when I was mopping the floor, I had a bucket of soap and water, and I had 2 cloths, one for me and one for Alethea, and she would copy me. She dunked the towel in the water and she wiped it all over the floor, and it allows you as a parent to get some of the cleaning done and some of the work done and not let your house just like get out of control. You can definitely do cleaning in front of your kid. It teaches them that messes do happen and they do need to get cleaned. I've seen that you can buy little toddler brooms and Swiffers, and that is the smartest thing because why not teach them how to sweep at the same time you're sweeping? It just makes sense, right? When toddlers go down for a nap, take that time to rest and have some self-love, have a bath, get yourself ready for the day. Don't do all your cleaning when your child's napping. Don't feel guilty to clean in front of them. They need to learn that messes happen and messes need to get cleaned up, and it just teaches them good skills. And it allows you to actually have a break when you deserve a break. And there you have it. There is my top 10 really useful, life-changing toddler tips and tricks. I hope you guys found this video useful. These things made our life a whole lot more smooth, and I have so much to learn still. She is only like just over 18 months, so I have a long way to go in this toddler journey, and it's gonna be fun and challenging, and I'm ready for it all. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you guys found it very, very useful like I have. And if you did find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate all of the support. And I will see ya in my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.